So you seem to suggest that different modes can do different kinds of things.
Yes, and I suggested in part that it's me who makes the decision about which mode to use. There is also, of course, around me a sort of conventional notion. So, for instance, if I'm kind of communicating something very formally, then writing might seem to be, because my society tells me, the best means for doing that. It seems that we have in our society not just these modes available to use, but also conventions that indicate to us, not as strict rules, nobody's going to get shot, but as rules, conventions, to use them in particular ways. And so we might say that writing over many hundreds of years in literate societies has become specialized to be the carrier of certain kinds of information. There's a functional specialization of writing. And also, of course, then what happens is that writing in that past, which is now changing very rapidly, carried most of the informational load. So we can ask, in a particular on this website, which mode is carrying most informational load.
So if we look at this BBC News website,
Yeah.
we can talk about which of the different modes has the most functional specialization or functional load?
We can say which mode has been specialized for what kinds of purposes.
Okay.
Yeah, so the writing next to the image seems to be specialized to kind of make certain kinds of things in the image seem more salient, or to give a context, a frame for what this image actually is. That seems to be what writing is doing here. That's its specialization. Now the question is, which of them carries more informational load? And I would find that actually quite difficult to answer, because writing kind of frames, it provides an environment, it provides a kind of a background to the image, but the image seems most potent. And then they're also organized in a kind of a left-right relationship. Yeah? The image is on the left and the writing is on the right. So I'm asking myself, does that matter? And would it matter if the writing was on the left and the image on the right? Now, these are the kinds of questions we now have to begin to think about, because we're making a composition in which everything that is there ought to be where it should be, in terms of the meanings I want to make.